guys, it's me again. I wanted to do another video on Prop 57. The last video I posted, I just kind of did on a whim. Like I said, I've never even done a video myself before. I don't really know what I'm doing. It wasn't edited, it wasn't planned, it wasn't scripted. I misspoke a couple of times and made mistakes, and I can't go back and edit it because I don't even know how. I'm just trying to get this information out there. So I wanted to elaborate on the proposition a little bit because a lot of people ask questions, and instead of trying to get on Facebook and answer all of those questions one by one, I wanted to come on here and make a quick video. So if you're fine and you understood it and you didn't really have any questions about it, you're probably fine with watching the other video. But just wanted to go in more detail about Prop 57 if you want to understand it a little bit better. I just was in the car and heard an ad on the radio, vote yes on Prop 57. Supposedly it was a law enforcement officer for the last 20 years, and he knew what works and what doesn't work, and this proposition is the best thing for California, funded by Jerry Brown. That made me sick to my stomach. There are no law enforcement agencies out there backing Prop 57. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for sharing this video and for viewing the video. The first night I put it up there were like 900 views, and I was absolutely beside myself. I couldn't believe there were 900 views. There's 2 different posts with the same video, and now in a day and a half or whatever it's been, there's like 40,000 views between the 2 posts. So God bless you. Thank you so much for viewing it. But please don't stop there. Don't stop at just viewing the video. Please share the information. Share the video, even if you don't normally do that on Facebook. I know I never do, but if you don't normally do it this one time, please do it. Please call your friends. If they don't get on Facebook often, call them, tell them about it, text them, be vocal, tell somebody in the grocery store, no, Prop 57 is bad for California. It is so dangerous. Like I said before, I used to work for the Department of Corrections. I was a parole agent. I know what I'm talking about, but I'm not paid by anybody. I have no ulterior motive other than I think that public safety is really, really important, and this proposition scares the hell out of me. I find it absolutely disgusting that Jerry Brown has put this initiative on the ballot and called it the Public Safety Act. That is a blatant lie. He has millions and millions of dollars to fund this proposition, trying to get this passed, and pay people to go on the radio and lie about what this proposition is about. So please, we have to rise up as a community. We have to come together as a community and get this information out there, and please share it with anybody you know. I can't even say that enough. I thank you so much for watching it, but if you could just share the information, that's what we need, because I don't have any money. I don't know anybody in social media. I don't know anybody in the media. I don't have any way to get the word out there except to just please ask for your help. Thank you. So thank you for those of you that have already done it. So if you want further clarification on Prop 57, I'm just going to try to touch on a couple of questions that people ask. But as far as the information goes, there's a website called stop57.com. If you go on that website, check analysis. There's a bar at the top where you can look at different parts. Go under analysis, and then under analysis, go into the California District Attorney Office. California District Attorney's analysis. It's 29 pages long. It's a lengthy read. I read it all because it's very interesting to me. So if you want to go on there and try to understand it, it's a great place for you to go, because like I said, I'm not even touching on all the parts of Prop 57. I'm only touching about parts that are just the most dangerous and the most scary and what's really going to happen. So somebody made a comment like, there's 2, just got to make sure it's not the kids' school calling and somebody's been sent to the principal's office. Okay, so there's 2 sections that we're dealing with when it comes to Prop 57. There's 667.5 and 1192.7C of the California Penal Code. So if you look up 1192.7C of the California Penal Code, it's got all of those crimes listed in there that are right now deemed serious and violent felonies. And if you've been convicted of one of those crimes, it is a strikeable offense, meaning that you are only eligible for 85% or 15% off your time, good time credit. So you will serve 80% of your time. If it's a non-strikeable offense, you get 50% off. So you get your sentence dramatically reduced if it's not. So what's happening is those crimes that are in 1192.7C that are not also in 667C will now no longer be strikeable offenses, and now those inmates that have been convicted of those crimes are now going to be eligible for good time credit up to 50%. So all of those inmates that have already been convicted and all of those plea bargains that were done by the district attorney's office, taking into consideration, okay, well, we're going to plead this case down, and trust me, cases are pled down and pled down and pled down. They're going to plead down all those cases based on the laws that are currently existing, knowing that this guy is going to serve 85% of his time for the crime. All of those cases have to now be revisited by CDCR, and all of their release dates are going to be changed. It is retroactive. So all of those guys are going to get out. And all future criminals, now when they commit those crimes that are in 1192.7C but not in 667.5, all of those guys now will no longer have to serve 85% of their time either. So it wipes away the strikes. It wipes away all enhancements. Like I said, consecutive sentences I was talking about in the other video, that no longer applies. So if you're serving consecutive sentences, you only have to serve the term for that very first crime. So hopefully that kind of explains what people were asking about. Like I said, go on that website. It'll explain it a little bit better. I have no ulterior motive to lie to you, other than I think the most important thing that we should be doing is keeping our streets safe. I don't have any interest in keeping people in prison, and I think everybody should be in prison and everybody's a bad guy. I want people on the streets to be safe. I think our children and I think our community deserves to be safe. This is the biggest violation on the part of Jerry Brown to the people of the state of California ever, in my opinion. Good for you, Jerry. Good for you that you have armed detail around you at all times and you're safe. But those peons like us in the state of California that don't have that, we are the ones that have to live with these people in the community. They're coming back out onto our streets, and they will be very, very dangerous. So please, again, share this video, share my first video. That one's more informative. Like I said, I used layman's terms. I didn't always use the specific penal code verbiage like corporal injury to a spouse versus domestic violence, because I was trying to make it very easy to understand. So if you can share this video as well to try to explain it better, that's great. Just please get the word out there however you can. I beg you, please. Thank you. God bless you.